Microphone check. 1, 2. K Little Pixel, what's happening? Hope you had a great day. Yeah, today's been good. Just ready for some LeetCode practice. I'm ready right now. Dang. Here we go. All right. What is this? 2026 Offer Expedition Campaign. Oh, I think this is what BitSimp was talking about the other day. Oh, I just seen my activity feed. Actual Dog Welder. Thank you very much for that Prime subscription. I'm pretty sure you're not around right now, but I will still add you to my website. Thank you so much. All right. Should I try this thing? Every Monday. What is this? Complete quest goals during the campaign to earn Leet coins and badges. Dang, 300 Leet coins. Where are my Leet coins at? How do I see how much money I got? Oh, I got a lot of Leet coins, man. I guess I should probably try and do that. Where can I spend my Leet coins? Let me see how much. Trying to shop, man. Here it goes. Stores. What can I buy? Oh, I can almost get the cap. I can get the cap today, man. What are you talking about? Let me see what's up with these quests. Man, I don't know. How do you get these Leet coins? I gotta do all this junk. Let me do a daily problem first. Hold up. Daily, dang, it's a hard daily problem, man. I'm not trying this. Maximize spanning tree stability with upgrades. Yeah, right, man. 42% though. Let me look at the zero track, and based on the rating, I'll decide whether or not I should attempt it. 2301. Dang, that is pretty close. I'll attempt it. I don't know. I'll see what's up. You're given an integer n representing n nodes numbered from 0 to n minus 1, and a list of edges where edges I equal u, v, s, and must. U and v indicates an undirected edge between nodes u and v. S is the strength of the edge. Must is an integer, 0 or 1. If must is 1, the edge must be included in the spanning tree. These edges cannot be upgraded. you're also given an integer k, the maximum number of upgrades you can perform. Each upgrade doubles the strength of an edge, and each eligible edge with must equal 0 can be upgraded at most once. The stability of a spanning tree is defined as the minimum strength score among all edges included in it. Return the maximum possible stability of any valid spanning tree. If it is impossible to connect all nodes, return -1. Note, a spanning tree of a graph with n nodes is a subset of the edges that connects all nodes together. That is, the graph is connected without forming any cycles and uses exactly n-1 edges. I think this problem's too hard for me, but I'll give it some thoughts for a few minutes before I eventually give up. So we have a graph with n nodes. So there's a few edges that must be in the spanning tree. We need to return the maximum possible stability, but the stability is the minimum strength score among all the edges included in it. And so, alright, let me look at some examples. So k is 1, that means we can upgrade only one edge. So this node 0 and 1, 0 to 1. Man, I wish I had Epic Pen. Epic Pen makes me draw on my screen, but alright, so we have 0 to 1, and then like 1 to 2, right? And then this edge is 2, and this edge is 3. The strength of this edge, oh, but it's undirected, so it should really look like this. But then, alright, so this one must be included in the minimum spanning tree. So you say the answer is 2, because we can't upgrade this one, but we can upgrade that one. Alright, edge 0, 1 with strength equal 2 must be included in the spanning tree. The edge 1, 2 is optional, but can be upgraded from 3 to 6. Resulting spanning tree includes these two edges with strengths 2 and 6. Wait, so this has 3 nodes, 0, 1, and 2, and it has 2 edges. Okay. Alright, that's a very basic example. Man, is this like some type of binary search problem where you're guessing on, because we have k nodes, so that means we need to be upgrading our lowest things first, but we gotta skip the must edges, so we can't upgrade those. So maybe binary search on what a possible answer is, or maybe maybe we just try and connect, or man, I don't really know. I think this problem is not the one for me. Let me look at example 2. So edges 0 to 1, a strength of 4. And this one is not a must. And then we got 1 to 2 with a strength of 3. Q Ultimus. What's happened? Hope things are going well for you. Things are going as well as they can be, I suppose. How are you doing, Q? Is everything all right? All right, 0 to 2. How do I show that these are connected, man? Some bootleg way like this. And then this is not a must, and it has a strength of 1. Same old, I see. This one, they say the answer is 6 because... Why is it 6? Wait, so none of these are a must. So I guess that means you just take these two, forget about this one, and then you upgrade, upgrade these two edges. Dumpy Don in the house. What's happened, Dumpy Don? So we just totally leave this one out, man. I see. What am I solving today? Daily problem, number 3600, but I don't think I can solve it. I think this one is too hard for me. But I'm just trying to get a feel for the problem and like why I'm unable to solve it so that I know what I should study, you know? I don't know why I can't solve it, but right now I'm trying to figure out, well, I didn't even look at the constraints, man. I should have done that from the beginning. So I have 10 to the 5th nodes, 10 to the 5th edges. So that means I'm thinking the solution is an n log n, maybe something with a priority queue or something like that. So, all right, here's my observation so far. We want as few nodes as possible in our spanning tree, right? Like it doesn't, if there's this many nodes, it doesn't make sense to take all of them. We want to take as small as possible because we only have limited number of k. But we must include everything that is mandatory. So I'm guessing if there is at least one mandatory node, then maybe the answer is just to include one extra node. If there is no mandatory nodes, it seems we just need like 2 of them. Like, why would I select more nodes? You know, I don't think it makes sense to try and get more. I think it makes sense to try and minimize the amount of nodes in your graph or in your tree. Oh wait, so it needs n nodes. Maybe, hold on. It's like, all right, this one, example 2. Yeah, this one only has 2 nodes. Yeah, so I think we just select as small as possible to get our spanning tree. That's one observation. Hey, somebody, who's that? Mohammed Ansaf from YouTube. What's happening? I'm having a good day, man. Hope you're also having a good day. All right, so now what I'm thinking is, if two edges are a must, I guess it's not the nodes, it's the edges. If two edges are a must, I gotta figure out all the different ways that I can connect them, I guess. And then what? Let me think a little bit more. So if I had all of my, I don't know. If I marked all of my mandatory edges, how do I make sure I've selected them all and that they're connected? Do I have to do some type of traversal where I'm not sure, man. This problem is hard. Should I read some hints? Should I give up completely? Like, I don't think I can solve this problem, but I still want to like attempt to think through it to see where I get stuck. And like right now, I'm stuck at, how do I determine what nodes need to be in my minimum spanning tree, or spanning tree. It's not a minimum spanning tree, man. It's just a spanning thing. Castle Bear, how are you doing? Welcome. Man. So if I started at a node 0, there are no duplicate edges. Just did the daily on Type Blazer. Let me see what you got, man. Where are you at? 10th, 80. Very nice. I added some new avatars, man. I got the alien avatar. And we got an eagle avatar. And I got more I'm working on. There's the eagle. There's the alien. Alright, anyways. I think this problem is too hard. So let me read at least one hint. I have a hard time this new keyboard, still learning the sensitivity of it. What keyboard do you have? Sort edges array in descending order of the weights. Edges in descending order. Can I get a Star Trek captain as a avatar? Man, what do you mean Star Trek captain? I'll think about that. Crispin Nugs, what do you think about agentic AI? I'm not sure what you mean. Agentic AI? You mean like vibe coding? I love it, man. The new avatars are not $5 each. Wait, we talked about it in your fan because of split keyboard. The Go 60, right? So sorry, I remember now. Yeah, split keys. How's that going? I mean, I guess you hit 80. Yeah, the new avatars are not $5 each, at least. They're gonna be a lot more, but they're still kind of pricey right now. They're only 500 right now. Maybe they'll be $5,000 once everything is final. Alright, sorts edges in order of their weights. Alright, so if we did that, then what? How do you know that we have all the edges that we need in there, you know? Let me read more hints. Binary search, okay. Initial intuition seems okay, but still, I don't even know how to validate that it's possible if I binary search for the answer. Because we have to get a path that includes all of the necessary nodes. Elite Whale, what's happening? Elite Whale, this problem's too hard for me. I'm just looking at the hints, trying to walk myself through it with the hints. But I'm still, even though like I see the binary search thing and stuff, I still don't really know how to do this problem. I'm not sure how to validate an answer is correct. I'm not sure how to choose the nodes that, or how to figure out how to include all the edges that we need. So I'll just keep reading hints until I eventually give up. I'm going to check function with first adds all the edges with must, and then adds edges. So I add all of the must edges. But then if they're not connected, I need to add more edges. And then for every must equals 0 edge I add, I should double it if it's the lowest one. But alright, how do I know? I'm gonna just keep reading all the hints. DSU. Path compression. What does DSU even mean? I thought it was like union fine. I forget what it means, man. It's been so long. DSU. Disjoint set union. Man, how did I forget that? Alright, I don't know union fine, so maybe that's why I'm not even thinking of it. Anyways, problem's too hard. Time to do something else. Or let me look at some solutions real quick. Bucket sort, union find, modified Crucial, binary search, DSU, yeah. So it's clear to me why I could not think of anything, man. I thought of the binary search, but DSU didn't even come to my mind. Union find. I gotta spend some time with union find one of these days. But it ain't today, man. It ain't today. Alright. What should we do today? Should we do more virtual contests? Oh, I was gonna do that quest thing that they're talking about. Offer campaign. How does this work? Elite rooms that ends. Alright, I'll do one. But I wanna do, which one should I try? Is it this? The 2026 offer campaign. Here we go. LRU cash. Come on, man. Should I try LRU cash for the first time in my life after 6 years of leak coding? Never. Look at 0 submissions. Skip. Wait, Dumpy Don says skip. Q says don't skip. think I'm with Dumpy Don here, but doubly linked list, hash maps, or something. Skip is not useful for brain. That's how I feel. Alright, I'm gonna skip it, man. I've avoided this problem for 6 years, Q. I'm not about to break my streak now. Alright, we already did merge intervals. Should I do it again? I don't feel like to. I'm just gonna submit this, man. To try and get my points. Because I did that one recently. Q3, house robber. I have not done this one recently, even though I've done it so many times. Look how many times I've tried this. Many times over the years. Alright, house robber. You are a professional robber planning to rob houses along a street. Each house has a certain amount of money stashed. The only constraint stopping you from robbing each of them is that adjacent houses have security systems connected, and it will automatically contact the police if 2 adjacent houses were broken into on the same night. Given an integer array nums representing the amount of money of each house, return the maximum amount of money you can rob tonight without alerting the police. Take it or leave it. That's what this problem is. This is actually a problem that it clicked for me. The take it or leave it DP. I didn't even call it take it or leave it back then, the first time I did this. I don't remember what I used to call this. I guess people call it knapsack DP, or I suppose house robber, but I like to call it take it or leave it. So here's, I'm making a little recursive lambda function. For every index, for every house that we're at, we have 2 decisions. We can either rob that house or we can not rob that house. Basically, you take the money or you leave the money behind, and then that's it. It's so easy but it took me so long to just understand what the hell take it or leave it meant, or like how this DP thing works. So if we go out of bounds, that means we're out of the neighborhood. There's no more houses to rob. So we're not going to get any more money if we go further out of bounds. So I return 0. And then for every index I that we're at, we have this choice to rob, don't rob. So to rob a house, I'll take the money in that house and I'll add it to whatever the function returns here. So if we rob that house, that means we can't just go to the next house at I+1. We got to go to the next house. So I hit them with the I+2. But if we decide to skip that house instead in this alternate reality or alternate universe or whatever, we don't get the money in the house because we skipped it. What we get instead is just, what if we just went to the next house over and then we made the same choice, and then we just returned the best answer, right? I think that's how we do it, huh? And we start at index 0 because that's the first house. So at the first house, we make the decision to rob it or to skip it. If we choose to rob it, then in that universe, we skip the next house and we go to the next house. But if we choose to not rob it, then we don't get the money. And in this universe where we skipped it, we just go to the next door house. And then we make the same decision again, to rob or not to rob. But this is not going to pass because I need to cache it. Everybody knows that. So I can do it like this, or no, I'm gonna just do it with a vector int cache of size n. I'm gonna hit +1 for good luck. We set the initial value to -1 to indicate that we have not seen this index before. So if it's not equal to -1, that means we've already done this house, and we can return the cache And this is gonna be like the best answer from that house onwards. Anyways, I hope this is right, because this is like, I should not be able, I should get this problem every single time, man. Anyways, that wasn't anything crazy. Dang, so they're telling me I gotta do this LRU cache to get my elite points for the interview instance thing. Man, I'm trying to get my points because I'm so close to getting that hat. I will try it. I'm gonna try it. It's not good for the brain, but maybe my brain needs it right now. I think LRU cache is something everyone should know. Yeah. How much points do I have? I don't know. I just looked and I forgot. 6473, man. Pretty close to 6500, which is the LeetCode hats. All right, here we go. Design a data structure that follows the constraints of least recently used cache. Implement the LRU cache class. So it has a capacity. Initialize the LRU cache with positive size capacity. Function called get, which returns an integer. Return the value of the key if the key exists. Otherwise, return -1. Void put. Update the value of the key if the key exists. Otherwise, add the key value pair to the cache. If the number of keys exceeds the capacity from this operation, evict the least recently used key. The functions get and put must each run in O1 average time. I have, man, what do you mean only Q? What are you saving for? I guess you already got the shirt. What else is there? The hoodie. I don't know how to do this. So, think about waiting on the hoodie. Yeah, I think that's the right play. Hat is best in whites? Nah, I'm not buying no white hats, man. It's gonna get dirty. Need a black hat. Alright, so LRU cache. Let's look. Example 1. So it needs to be of size 2. We put something in 1 1. Key value 1 1. And then 2 2. And then you get 1, we return 1. We put 3 3. Least recently used key is 2, so 2 gets evicted. How do you do that, man? Let me see. If the key exists, so this is updating the value or adding the value. I gotta think. So I know this thing has something to do with a doubly linked list and a hash map, but how do we use that to do anything, you know? And what are we doing with this doubly linked list, man? Like, I would think. So the values of the keys are only 10,000. So maybe we can use a vector there instead of a hash map. Is that what they're saying? No. But then how do we figure out the least recently used one? Maybe I'm focusing too much on this doubly linked list because I'm not thinking naturally here. Because I know it's something to the doubly linked list, I'm like trying to force the pass, you know? But if I were to do this otherwise, maybe I'd be thinking of other things. I don't know. This question will take an hour and it's not good for the brain. Yeah, that's why I think I've been avoiding this for so long, Dumpy Don. But maybe it's finally time. Alright. I just gotta give it some more thoughts. Let's see. No, man, don't be done. You don't want me to do this problem? I think you should stick with it. Alright, Leet Whale tells me I should stick with it. Leet Whale is kind of like one of my coaches here. So the capacity is 3,000. Get and put must each run in O1. Okay. How do I do that? Their skills, I think this shouldn't be too hard for you, man. Q, I think you're wrong. This problem is not, it's not obvious to me right now. Hash map, doubly linked list. All right, hash map for sure to put the key with their value, right? Right? And then what to do with the doubly linked list? Shall Gaming, what's happening? I'm back here after 3 years, I think. Got laid off, so back to doing LeetCode. Man, sorry to hear you got laid off, Shall Gaming, but don't you worry. You did it once, you can do it again. It's always easier the second time around, right? Alright, how long am I going to stare at this problem before I start coding something? Alright, if I have a hash map that just has the key values, and then for every key, I need to remember the last time that I used it. So maybe I use a map? No. Maybe I need to maintain like some type of ordering when I last put the key in or got the key, and that's supposed to update something. But then how do I know? How do I know which one is the best? And why is a doubly linked list the answer for this problem? Is it because we keep a doubly linked list of in order? And maybe, all right, I'm thinking every time we put something in here, we add it to the doubly linked list, and maybe we keep a reference to that pointer in the doubly linked list. And every time we update or get or put that key, then we find that pointer in the doubly linked list, remove it from wherever it was, and put it at like the back. And then I'm seeing it. I think I'm seeing it, man. But it sounds like it's a pain in the ass to code. Ari Elite, welcome to the party. You're on the right track. Thank you, Q. Thank you for giving me the confidence to continue. Faultier Pine, what's happening, guys? Someone called my office today asking for the IT guy. I told him he ran somewhere. What you talking about, man? Also, welcome. How are you doing? Do you code in C++ too, or is it just for LeetCode? 10-foot screws. I don't actually code, man. I don't code in anything. So I used to code in C++, but these days I don't code anything. I was just resolving this yesterday. This is a classic problem. Yeah, this is a classic problem that I've never done, man, in years of LeetCoding. So I think I see the vision of what I need to do, but it does sound very annoying to implement. But I'll give it a shot, man. I haven't used a dang linked list in many years. I don't even know how to. So I don't even know how to do that, man. Let's see. How's it go? Like this, previous? I forget how to code everything. Something like that, man. I don't even know. Can I call it like that? Who knows? What should I call this? DLL? Doubly linked list. dnode. I'm gonna just call it, what should I call it? dnode. Let me think here. Sir Lord Good, Simon, what do you think of more companies not using LeetCode anymore? Is that so? I wasn't aware. Yeah, they're not. Which ones? I never heard of that, man. Maybe small companies that should not be asking LeetCode in the first place. But all the big companies are still asking LeetCode as far as I know, man. All right, here we go. So I guess in this node, I'm gonna say, man, how do I maintain this? Leftmost node is least recently used, right? Then I need a head and a tail or something. I need to maintain both sides. I need some type of I need some type of map from a key to the node where it's at. And then I just need a regular map, or I guess I don't need it to be a map. I'll call this key map, key vals. I interviewed at 2 places. Both places asked LeetCode plus system design plus low-level design. It must be smaller, mid-sized local companies. Wait, who said that? Yeah, Sir Lord Good. Why do you say companies aren't asking? You mean, oh, are you saying, yeah, smaller and mid-sized local companies are not asking LeetCode anymore? I never really thought that they asked LeetCode that much in the beginning anyways. I always thought it was a mixture of trivia and like pair programming or debugging or like take-home tests or stuff like that. Yeah, I don't even know how to like resize a vector in C++. Is it just resize? So it'd be like, can I do this? I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if it compiles. I hate the take-home test. Yeah, I hate that stuff too. I interviewed this whole last year. No 2 interviews were ever the same. I have not interviewed in many years, so I have no idea what people are doing out there. Okay, man, I think I can do this. I just need to take my time and go through it. I'm feeling a little lazy today. I'm feeling lazy every day. Okay, so there's my no, wait. Maybe I can't use this thing because how do I know if it's in there or not, man? Or I guess this thing would tell me if it's in there or not, and this thing would give me the actual value. So I think this is okay. Or no, maybe we don't even need this since the value is in the node itself, man. So who cares about this, right? No. Maybe, man. Yeah, I think this is all we need, man. This is all we need. So capacity, maybe I can store that like here. Right. So when we put a key, all right, let's try and do this. Putting a key in, we gotta check if, oh, I see. How do we know what keys are in there? So I take it back. I will use this dang thing, this key value thing. No, wait, I take it back again. I don't know why I'm like tripping out in my head. We can just look up the dang key, man. So the put. So if it's this, that means it doesn't exist. Otherwise, we need to update the value. All right, what are y'all talking about? CS310 Scalable Software Architectures playlist on YouTube by Steve Tarzia for fundamentals. LeetCode system design. What is that? For interview prep? I'm on the opposite end. 15 years experience and applied more than I can count. Dang, everyone's having trouble finding jobs, it looks like. Man, sometimes I wonder if I should try and find a job just to see if I can find one. But I don't want to waste all that energy if I don't actually want the job. Alright, so if we don't have the thing in there, we gotta put it in there. But we also, man, this is too much code. This is gonna be way too much code. Madouche, what's happening? Surely new guy doesn't get asked system design, right? Sometimes they do. It's not. Some companies will ask system design to new grads. Go ghosted after third. Got ghosted? Dang. Sorry to hear that. That's what I thought, and they asked me system design last week? Wait, what do you mean? Wait, I think new grads get asked system design, man. Only some companies don't ask new grad system design. I can tell you Google is one of those companies. Google only asks algorithms for interviews if you're a new grad or a junior or even mid-level. So if you're going for a L3, L4 loop, then it's only algorithms. Man, Dumpy Don, I feel like to give up on this problem. I'm not gonna lie. I think I've solved it in my head and I know what I need to do, but I don't want to implement anything. I absolutely don't want to implement anything. It's like so many edge cases dealing with this links list junk, man. Alright. Push through the pain. Come on, Leet Whale. Why you gotta do me like that, man? Alright, so let me make some functions. I'm gonna call this remove. So if we have to remove something, how do we do it? I'll figure that out soon. The days are rough, man. It's like you do all this work and it feels like it's for nothing when you aren't getting interviews at the pace you want. Yes, I know this feeling too well. I feel bad for the new grads. Junior hiring is pretty much on freeze at most places. Yeah. This basically happened to me when I graduated college, man. I couldn't find a job. I was applying to like hundreds of places. Not even one callback. I couldn't even get an interview. This was a long time. This was 2010-ish, 2009, 2010. And what ended up happening was I had to go work in a damn restaurant for a little bit. And then I learned how to program after working in a restaurant. And then 10 years later, I was able to get a job. That's how it happened for me. The job I ended up getting was one I applied for 4 months ago. The other guy didn't work out. I guess I was number 2. Yeah, I remember you telling us that. Nice. All right, let me focus for a few minutes here. So if we had to remove the least recently used one, it's the leftmost node. So it's going to be the head. So that means, I guess if head is equal to the tail, that means they're the same. And we should just remove. Is this a memory leak? I think I'm gonna have lots of memory leaks here, but nobody cares about that in LeetCode. But if they're not the same, that means there's more than one thing in our links list, and we just need to say head. Man, links lists always confuse me. So head. Wait, man, how am I gonna do this? Head equal head next. Wait, all right, hold up. There's another edge case. If head and head next equals to tail, maybe that's another edge case. Let me think. This is too funky, man. I'm doing LRU cache. So if there's only two things in this links list, that means I'm gonna say head equal tail, tail equal tail. No. I have to figure out all these dang pointers. Too many pointers. Oh, Leet Whale. It's been so long since I've done links list problems that I forgot about this dummy nodes and stuff. Thank you for reminding me about that. So is that how you do it? Should I make a constructor? I don't even remember how to make constructors, man. Something like that. Yeah. All right, so these are our dummies, right? Head and tail. That way anytime we want to remove something. Man, how does that work? Maybe I should have listened to Dumpy Don, man. I don't want to do this problem. So we have these dummy things. So every time I'm putting something in, I gotta make, so I should add it. Let me think about adding the node. So if I'm adding a node, I want it to be, I guess, on the right, on the tail side. So the actual tail is a dummy. So that means I want the tail previous to be the thing. So I'll make a new node here. So, all right, here's the thing. Key value, D node. I'm gonna call this new node Hector HSC. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Hector. Welcome to the party. Big bumping. Look at that. So many diamonds, so many stars. All right, so we're adding a new node to our doubly linked list. We create the node, and then we got to insert it at the end. So the tail previous, that's the old tail previous. Then we got to reset that tail previous is going to point to our new node, and then our new node next points to the tail, and then our new node previous will point to the temp. So this is gonna add a node for sure, right? And then we got to put it in the map. So that's adding our node, yes. And now removing a node. We got to remove the left side. So basically I need a temp node. Wait. All right, so our target node is just going to be head next, right? Our temp is going to be our target next. And then I have to move our head next to be our temp. That's our target next. That's like erasing that node, yeah? But also the previous. So temp previous now must point to the head. That's removing the node, and then we got to erase it from our map. So I guess here we'll need to find our key. Anybody here has meta quests? I got a quest 3, man. Okay. Bluefishy6767. Thank you very much for the follow. I haven't used my quest in a long time though. Maybe I should dust it off. Alright, so I think this remove and this add maybe might work. I'm not 100% sure though. But now I have to make some more functions for updating a node. So let me try and do that. Update. So if anytime we hit a get, we have to update the node and move it to the rightmost position in the map. So if we're updating this node, that means first we got to find it. And it's in our map. Yeah. So when we find it, what do we want? We want to point its previous to its next, and its next to its previous. That's all we're trying to do. So yeah. But then now there's no previous. So I need the temp thing. And that's no. This is erasing it. Yeah, so that's it. Let me think. That's moving it from that position. And basically I want to add it, but maybe I make an overload here. And then we're adding it to the end. So do I just copy this? Tail previous. Let me think. Previous is the new node, yes. And new node next is a tail. Alright, I think this might be okay. Do I have to do that? I don't think so, because it's already a pointer to that node, right? But I'm gonna do it just in case, man. I don't think we need these things. Right? Or that? I don't know. I'm gonna just leave also and see if it works. Jesus Christ. Where am I? So we update the node. Alright, guessing the key. That means we update. Oh, but only if it's there. So if it's not there, return -1. So if it's not there, return -1. Otherwise, we're gonna return the value. No. Yes, the value. Right. Yes. So we update. Now, putting the key. So if it doesn't exist, we gotta add it, and then we gotta remove. Right. So add int key value, and then we remove. We don't even need a key here, right? Because we actually don't know what this is. I guess it's the target. Let me just review this one more time. Hey, Shaggy, how are you doing? Target is the next, yes. Temp, head next. Temp. So our target value, that's what we're gonna erase. Adwitya Bardwaj, what's happening? Welcome. Chen, how's the C++? Man, I'm doing a problem that I've ran away from for many years. This is the first time I'm ever attempting it, man. So it took me a long time to work up the courage. I didn't work up the courage, man. I think LeetWhale and Q motivated me to do this problem that I normally run away from. You've been cooking. All right, wait. So if the key doesn't exist, we add it and then we remove something, whichever, the one that we need here. But if it exists, then we gotta update it. So and then we do that, and then we gotta update I guess I'll send the key. And is that it, man? Let me think. I would have looked at the solution instantly. I already know the solution. Actually, I don't know the full solution. I just know something to do with doubly linked list and hash map. So I've always heard that from everybody. Wait, I didn't even mean to click run because I don't even know. Hold on. Unknown type name? What are they talking about? What did I do wrong here? I need to do more DP and math tagged LeetCode problems. Man, I don't know about the math ones. But yeah. I guess companies are asking DP these days. Hey, and I know what's going on here. I don't know who did this, but it's not. It's not supposed to be there, man. Like, why did I do this? Dang, what's going on? Theo, again, thank you so much for the raid. Last time you were here, I was showing off my little website. Let me show you one more time. But I was trying to up my limits, but it's not up yet. Anyways, my name is Midnight Simon. I do LeetCode sometimes. That's my main thing. But lately I've been doing a lot of vibe coding, man. And here's a website I've been building, typeblazer.com. It's kind of janky, but we can try it. We can try it. It's a multiplayer typing website built with Vue, C++, and Supabase, I guess. I hope it works. Otherwise, it's gonna be crazy, embarrassing. Wabondar, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs, man. All right, let's do this real quick. 404. What do you mean 404? Crazy stack? Yeah, it's a little bit. Technology. Man, I can't type that well. Right now, I'm also solving one of my most feared LeetCode problems. The scientist, thank you very much. Anyways, enough of that. Let me put some names on my board of subscribers. We got Wubondar. Man, I can't say your name. I'm sorry if I'm messing it up. Wubondar, 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Did that work? Where's your name at? Look at that. 5 stars. And also, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Let me put that up there too. I also vibe coded my website. Just say wobbing. All right, look at that. Bits and gifted subs. Thank you so much. And the scientist. Also, let me put your name up here. Thank you as well. 5 gifted subs. Man, you guys are way too generous. Just wobble will work. Hey, wobble, thank you so much. And thank you very much for all those follows as well. So that's what I do here. I've been doing a lot of vibe coding. And then, you know, since I don't code anymore, I think it's important for me to continue doing LeetCode even in this age of AI, because maybe it helps keep my brain sharp, man. I don't know. When we get a gaming stream, who knows? My M key on one board is broke and my K on another is broke. I'm typing on 2 keyboards at once. That sounds insane, man. Should just go buy a new keyboard. Love the open front IO book. What is that, man? This thing? I don't even know what this is. Oh man, somebody told me I need to check out this game. I've never played it though, so maybe I should check it out after you're saying, calling it out. www version unsecured. Okay, I have to thank you for telling me that, NNDMT. I gotta fix that. I gotta write an issue down. No clue why my Chrome defaults to www. Anyways, so what I'm doing right now, I'm actually doing this problem LRU cache. I'm sure many of you have heard this problem before. So this is my first time attempting this. It's supposed to be one of the tough problems out there. My R is bar, short memory, what? It's fun with people in VC. Yeah, I gotta try it. I have no idea what type of game it is. Alright, here we go. I gotta continue down this LRU cache path, man, because I think I was almost there. I didn't even see any other messages. My bad. It's not going on right now for me. Anyways. Here we go. So I was trying to just get this problem to work. And this should be in the constructor, man. So I make these dummy nodes, but these are already set. Head and tail. I should probably be practicing most of these for interviews. Hey, Zen Logic. I do LeetCode Practice on stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I suggest, like, if you're serious about getting ready for interviews, I think you should create a schedule for yourself and follow it. You know, don't just like practice whenever you feel like to. Treat it like how you treat, I don't know, a part-time job or like some tennis extracurricular activities you're doing. Maybe you're in a tennis club, you know, there's tennis practice on this day at this time, right? Same thing with practicing for interviews, man. You got to do it. Anyways, so I coded up a solution that's probably not fully right yet. Private constructor, man. What are they talking about? Private constructor. Try to make everything public. Between full-time SWE and school, it's hard to be motivated for these kinds of arbitrary algorithm problems. Man, if you need motivation, think about the money. That's what always motivates me. I don't care about whatever, man. I just know if you solve however many problems, it's basically you getting paid, man. $300,000 to solve these LeetCode problems. That's how I think of the problems, man. So it's not too hard once you figure out you're gonna get paid for doing them. At least for me. Anyways, what is this talking about? No variable conversion from this to that. How do you do this, man? Oh, I need to put new. Come on, I don't know, C++. Alright, what other bugs are in here? So many bugs. 957. Null pointer. Alright. That's a lot of dedication. Wait, I've been a dev for a while, back in school for AI. Dang, back in school for AI. Interesting. Can't mow sliders? What does that mean? What was Theo working on today? What was he talking about today? I don't really know. Sometimes I tune in, man. All right, let me think here. So we're removing, so we have our target next. This should be set. This one right here. Maybe I have to do some C outs. Ranting about his terminal. Yeah, I'm no good in the terminal, man. AI killing open source software. I've heard about this, man. I've heard so many dang people are sending AI slop PRs to all the open source repositories. Should I mix it? What are you mixing? There are a couple places where you're using target val when you need to use a key. Also, don't forget about using the capacity argument. Oh yeah, Leetwell, you're right. I have a lot of bugs. Let me go. And we'll see what's up. Wait, what are you saying? There are a couple places where you're using target val. And that could, yeah, like right here. Wait, why can't I use target val? If AI kills open source software, then just make AI open source and they can commit cannibalism. Yeah. When you need to use a key. Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't have the keys in my thing. Right. I see what you're saying, Leet Whale. Yeah, right here is what you're saying. So I should be using the key for sure. That's one thing. So maybe that was causing that other bug. Maybe not. It's in the remove. So let me look at every time I call remove. It doesn't even have any arguments. So this temp previous is a null pointer. That's crazy. So I'm missing setting some previous somewhere. Where do I call remove? PR floods and just general people not being polite. OSS maintainers not being paid enough, not blocking new contribution, node blocking new contributions. I see. The Amazon outage a few weeks ago was from AI code apparently. They now require a senior to review AI code every time. Is that true? I heard it was a rumor, but who knows? A lot of things. Yeah, who knows if that's... It might be true. I know all the big tech companies are really pushing for vibe coding or AI agentic coding or whatever you want to call it. All my friends at Meta say it's nuts how much they're pushing. They have like AI metrics to track how much you're using AI and stuff like that. At Amazon too. I know at Google they were also doing it. It's like they had a vibe coding week at Google. That was a few months ago, man. I wonder what kind of crazy stuff they're getting up to these days. All right, let me think. So what are we removing here? So if we remove something, temp, so head next is the target. So maybe when we added something, I didn't finish doing what I should do. So I add a key value. Here's my new node. I set my next and my previous. Wait, why is this broken though, man? My work just starts to use this jellyfish thing. What's this jellyfish thing? I need some debug statements here. One of those tracking tools for AI. Oh, dang. So are you been using AI a lot, ZenLogic, or you think you're about to get flagged? All right, so it's the first one, 1-1, the very first thing. I'm messing up. So I'm putting 1-1 in my thing. And then... So this is a new node. Alimo, thank you very much for the follow. Use it all the time. I had 12 agents working on a refactor the other day. Dang. 12 sub agents or like 12 different terminals that are each doing something else, because that's a lot to manage, man. Bossy Streams, how you doing? Y'all are employed? I'm not employed, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I am very much a dang bum. Man, Theo Raid messed me up. I can't focus on the problem anymore, but I should. I should try and lock in. So I'm not sure if I even added everything here correctly. So I create my new node. We put the value. Oh, look at that. I put the key. That's a bug. Because this is supposed to be the value, not the key. So I'm gonna remove that bug I found right there. Even though it's not, because I overwrite the thing, so I guess it's okay. Hey, you're the first one to pronounce my name right. Man, it doesn't look that crazy to pronounce. For that, I was testing out that kind of team pattern, so all sub-agent orchestration, but they're all working off the main spec split into tasks. Otherwise, I'll have like 2-3 going during the day on different stuff. Yeah, when I vibe code, I'll show you. I usually have 6 terminals that I use roughly, and I just have each agent work on a separate GitHub issue until they're ready, and then they make a PR, and I have like a reviewer agent that just reviews PRs. That's his only job on the agent team. So that's like my flow, but this ain't no vibe coding stream right now. I usually vibe code Monday through Fridays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Which terminal is this? This is VS Code, man. I don't use anything crazy. This is just VS Code. I'm not a terminal guy. I'm not a Vim guy. I'm like a mouse clicker type of guy, man. I don't know shit about Vim or Emacs or Tmux or whatever all you people be using. I'm just pretty basic. Code my parts and what's happening. I started using GSD, Get Shit Done, with Claude Code and got very good results. Get shit done. Interesting. What does this do? Lightweight and powerful meta prompting, context engineering, spec-driven development system. Interesting. Should I start this and check it out later? I will. I use ED. What you talking about? HFX Pro. You would love Codex the app or T3 Code? I got Codex, man. I got Codex right here. I work with Codex is basically on the bench for me, and I got Claude Opus 4.6 as my starter, and sometimes I throw in Gemini here and there. Tried T3 Code and couldn't get into it. Being able to use other models' agents would be nice. Yeah, everyone tells me I need to jump on open code and stuff, but I've been hearing about people being banned for using their max plan. So I got the Anthropic Claude Max. I think, man, my usage limits reset soon. Maybe tomorrow. So I've only used 42%. I've been slacking this week. I'm on the $200 plan. Usually I try and hit like at least 70% of my weekly limit. But sometimes I don't get there, you know. Anyways. LRU Cash, huh? You guys gonna watch me struggle. I apologize. But I gotta try and reason through this problem. Hey, me noob from YouTube, what's happening? Can you do it in Java? Nah, I don't know Java, so I can't do Java. I'm sorry. So organize the development and help brainstorming phase, and it also calls agents in parallel for some phases. ED is the most primitive editor you can imagine. I actually use IntelliJ because I mostly work with large Java applications. My problem with VS Code has always been it's a text editor that pretends to be an IDE. Oh yeah? I use VS Code like for the longest time. I don't really know. I haven't tried other IDEs or text editors, but I find VS Code is okay for me. JetBrains, man, I used to use I used to use some JetBrains a long time ago, man. I don't remember the names of it though. I used to be on VB.net and something else. Trey, I don't know what you're talking about, Dumpy Don. My ID, yeah, I used Notepad++ when I was first starting out too. All right, I first started with Visual Studio Code. No, not Visual Studio Code, regular ass Visual Studio. And I think I went to some JetBrains thing, man. I can't remember the names of them. And then I just went to VS Code from there. Anyways, all right, let me try and figure my bugs out here. Maybe Sea Lion, man. That's one of them. Wait, was it? Why did I do Sea Lion? I don't even... There might be other things. PyCharm? Was PyCharm something? I only know ED and VI because in my experience over there, they're almost always there. When I remote into systems, HFX Pro. When I remote into systems, I use Nano. Nano is my jam. Well, I don't really know Nano that well, but if I have to edit some configs on my server, you best believe I'm using Nano. Sublime. Oh yeah, I used Sublime way back when, probably. Just curious, do you guys think AI will create software jobs redundant or it will create more jobs? I've read both sides of the argument. I don't know, man. I think it's going to create more jobs in the long run, but who knows? Your guess is as good as anyone else's. No VI? No, I'm not a Vim or VI person. Can't remember the dang key bindings. All right. M Collars, how you doing, man? What's poppin'? Oh, I have to pass something here. Maybe I'll just take this out. No one mentioned Z. What's Z? Man, what is this temp? Been stuck on these bugs. Oh, so maybe temp doesn't even exist, man. Head next is nothing, apparently. Oh, wait. It must be in this add. So I'm adding a new node. This temp should be my head. Let me try to verify that. Let me see what's going on. I'm trying to remain optimistic about it. I'm starting to think that the traditional way of us writing code is going to disappear, but we'll still need highly technical people to wire all these systems. This is generally what I think too, ZenLogic. I think the way we're going to be developing software is changing. It's changing right before our eyes. But I don't think the jobs are going to go anywhere. The jobs are just different job description, maybe slightly different. But who knows, really. So, all right, -1. And -1 is the value of my head. Head next is tail. Oh, snap. Wait. The previous is the head. So removing something is problematic. Wait, why am I removing anything, man? I'm removing, man, such a silly thing. I don't even check the capacity before I try and remove something. That's my problem. So it's cap. So if I'm greater than my cap, that's when I remove. Let me see what else, other weird bugs I got. Oh, we made it further, but there's still more bugs. This problem is too hard for me. All right, add 2. Z is VS Code, but 100 times faster, 100 less memory usage. I've never even heard of Z, man. Never heard of it. All right, all right, this is just the first problem. So 1 1 2 2 3 3. So I'm trying to add 3 3 in, and then I'm trying to remove it. But then I'm having some errors. Let me see why. My younger employees cannot ship the same as I ship with the same tools. They miss one big thing, that is the big picture. Experience is still valuable. Oh yeah, experience will always be valuable, right? All right, so my remove function is busted, man. So the target I'm looking for is head next. Yes. Let me just make sure. Ooh, so that never gets updated. Interesting. So it's still pointing to my tail. So somewhere when I add a new node, I don't update. So this temp is my head. So I never set temp next. I see. So next previous, and then temp next should be a new node. That's what I'm missing, I think. All right, now we got the wrong answer, which is good. At least it compiles. Now I gotta look for bugs. So output on that one should be -1, but I'm giving it a 2 because we should have erased something and we didn't erase it. That's what I'm thinking. So let me look at these things. It's just the first example. Vatrozka, thank you very much for the follow. I'm cooking. I'm trying to cook Elite Whale, but I've been a little distracted this stream, or with, you know, the big raid and everything. So here we go. Wait, 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So get 2. I see 2 should have been erased. Yes, 2 should have been erased, but it's not. So we update here. So we're adding the key. Let me think. So put 1, put 2, get 1, put 3, get 2. Now 2 shouldn't exist. So when I remove 2, it gets erased, but we're still finding it, man. Maybe I'm erasing the target val when I should be erasing the dang key. But I don't have that key, so I need the dang key. And in our node, that's probably what I'm missing here. I didn't think I needed the key in our node. No, I don't. Yeah, I need that key, man. I need that key. So let me fix some things here. Maybe I should just have the constructor take in the key and value. So, all right. Anytime I call that constructor D node, where is it at? Right here. I'll put a dummy value for those because those are dummy nodes. And this one, I will put the actual key. So now, where do I need this? I need this in the remove because we're not erasing the target value. We're erasing the target key. Yeah. Yes. Let's see. Uh-oh. Still incorrect, man. All right, let me see about this. It's removing one, but it should not be removing one. So that means maybe my update is incorrect. So my update, I'm finding the node. Let me do some couts here. Fingers are cold, man. All right, we're updating this thing. Updating 1. Updating 2. Wait, why are we updating 2? Let me see the call. So put 1. We put 2. Alright, something ain't right, man. Clearly something ain't right. I think I have a capacity count problem, maybe. Or maybe I need to take some of these couts out because there's too many. It's too many now and it's confusing. I think I'm pretty close though to this getting this problem. Oh geez. Oh dang, my bad. Try Python code 461. I'm sorry, I missed your message. I don't know if you're still around. I can tell you about my coding journey. I started coding in 2013. I learned on YouTube and I started making bots. I was doing like internet marketing, so creating bots and stuff. That's how I learned, and I did that for a few years, like 7 years, just making spam bots pretty much. And then I tried to break into the industry instead of like freelancing. So I heard all you need to do is LeetCode and finish, like in the interview you get asked like 5 LeetCode questions. If you can solve them, you get the job, and nobody cares about what you did before that. So once I knew that, I started to grind LeetCode, and I grinded LeetCode for a few years before I was able to pass like a big tech interview. And then I worked at Google for like 4 years, and then I just quit a few months ago, and I'm back to trying to hustle, and that's what I'm doing. That's my journey. It's also on my website, part of my journey at least. From my streaming journey at least, you know. Anyways, we gotta figure out these bugs, man. So I am removing I'm removing -1. That is not right, man. So I'm like removing the head node instead of the correct node. Did I set the capacity right? Cap is capacity. So here they tell us the capacity is 2, right? Man. One, two, and three. So when we put the 3 in, we're removing, but it's removing 1, man. We shouldn't be removing 1. We should, when we update 1, it's not updating correctly. So let me double check the update function. So we update 1. This node should point to that one thing. This is our head. Oh, you know what we don't do? This ain't right, man. Our node next should be pointing to... Oh, I didn't finish the update function. That's the problem. For the update, I should probably remove that node. Alright, let me try and do that. Let me finish this. So temp, this is the previous. So our node previous points to the node next. Okay. Next. I don't know about this part. This part is suspicious. Now we want to move it to the back, right? So maybe I add. Let me think. The node temporary is the previous. Previous points to the next. And now we want to insert this new node to here. Let me see if that will work. Let me just look at the thing. So temp is a tail previous. Alright, let's try that. Semicolon. LRU cache. Can't believe you guys convinced me to try this problem. Still not doing it, man. Still trying to remove the wrong item. Really stretches the mind. Yeah, I don't know about that, Q. No, wait, node. Temp. Yes. This is supposed to be. I know what I meant here, man. Thank you, Leet Whale. That's very sus. Okay, so now I'm guessing the update right, but maybe something else is wrong now. Lots of bugs for sure. Let's see where it's returning -1 when it should return 1. That is third from the last. So what's that? Get 1. I'm returning 1, but it should be -1. So where are we messing up with that? So put get 1, put 3, get 2, that returns -1, and we put 4. So after we put 4, the -1 should not be there? Why would... Alright, maybe I'm misunderstanding. Like, why is 3? Why is 3 not doing what I think it should do? Because I think 1 doesn't exist. All right, let me look at the explanation. So we put 3, 2, we evict 2, and we put 4. So why is... Oh yeah, that's because get. I see why. It makes sense. So the get we update, but then the put. So when we put the 3, it should... They should have added the 3 at the end, but maybe like my code is definitely wrong. I'm gonna take this out. It's confusing. Dang, Q just got this problem. Very nice. I'm still struggling. Man, where am I removing 2? Why would I remove 4, man? 4, like, absolutely should not get removed. I don't know where that C out is coming from. Oh, right here. So this confirms that these things are... Target is head next. Temp is target next. So maybe my head next when I update something. Hey, I might have to give up on this problem, man. I can't find where my problems are. I've been on this for a long time, man. No, Elite Whale, it's too hard. My brain can't follow anymore. So close, you say. Championship race coming soon. That's what I just heard. Removing 2. So, alright, it must be when I add. So if I put this key and it's not there, so we're at the 4 now, right? We're putting the 4 in here. So this is for previous. Maybe this tail previous is wrong. Let me just look at that. Let me see where we're adding that. Adding 4 to -1. Is that right? That's the head. That doesn't sound right. So maybe wherever I update something, I don't update the tail. Tail previous. Tail previous. Maybe in the update function. Where do I update stuff? Update. So I remove it, and then I'm using this add node. Temp is tail previous. Yeah. Tail previous is the new node. No, that's not right. Oh, Jesus Christ. New node. Alright, let me try that. I don't know, man. So I think that fixed something. But let me look at some other suspicious stuff that I got going on. Like I do the same thing here. No, I said that right there. Maybe that's not it. The problem would have been easier if you implemented the doubly linked list first, then use it for the problem. Yeah, I think so, Q, but messed up. Either way, now I can't find my bug, you know, and I don't know where the problem is. When you update, the current next node needs the previous pointer to points. I'm not sure you're doing that. When I update, the current node's next node needs previous pointer to point to temp. Yes, I don't know if I'm doing that. So node next previous needs to point to previous or temp, right? Or whatever. I think maybe that's the line I'm missing. It's too much shit to keep track of. Still, maybe I didn't update that correctly though. Removing 3, but we should be removing 1. So we add a node. We have the node here. This is our previous temp. Temp next, new node, yes. New node next is the tail. New node previous is the temp. This looks okay, right? Alright, and then when we add like this. Oh, yeah. I was just thinking that after looking at this, actually. Elite whale. Right? This is a temp. Jesus Christ, man. I think if my mind maybe was a bit more organized, it shouldn't be too hard. I think I can do this. Well, I haven't even gotten the problem right, but No, it's right. I think I can do this again, like a lot faster the next time. I saw what I needed to do, but just implementing was a bit difficult because it's too many shit to keep track of, man. All right. Amazing, it says. Should we do more or what? First time was a pain for me. Yeah. All right, Q, let me see what you did. Dang, what the hell is this? List pair? What? Iterator? What kind of crazy stuff is that, man? I never even used that in my life, you know. List pair. Simplifies things. Yeah, using some crazy stuff. Thanks for sharing. I don't know. How many problems have you done so far? I think I just crossed 1500 recently. 1540, and that was my first time doing LRU cache after thousands of problems. Overall in my whole life, I've probably done closer to 2500 problems, I'd say 2400 problems, because I've done a lot of problems on different websites that no longer exist. But the type of problems I do are mostly mediums. I don't really venture into the hard ones because I always thought hards are not super necessary for interviews back when I was interviewing. But these days, I think you gotta do hards. By the way, you have used iterators before when using things like find and using... Yeah, I've used those iterators, but I've never used the dang... I've never typed the word iterator, man, in anything I'd ever done. Like this. It was just a way for me to store the location. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I started as a pointer to the node. So I guess it's similar, the same thing, right? Splices. So, but hey, when you're splicing, is that actually O1? That's not. Because technically, it says O1 average time for get and put. So, is this still true for that Q? I don't know. The splice thing. I'm not sure about anything really. I want to learn, what would you suggest as best beginner guides into programming? Man, that is a tough question to answer in 2026. I'm not gonna lie. Before all the AI nonsense, a lot of people used to recommend freecodecamp.org. I'm not sure if it's still being recommended. Is this the site, man? It looks different. But I'll just link it here. Did you hear anything about Microsoft BitNet mColors? I have no idea what you're talking about. Has time complexity of 01 splice. Oh, nice. Maybe I'm mistaken what I was thinking of then. Why do you think hard is necessary now? Most companies, in my opinion, still ask mediums. I think the bar has risen, basically. I think you used to be able to get away with just mediums, but I think in 2026 you gotta actually know how to do hards. But I haven't interviewed, so I don't actually know what's out there. I can only say what I've been hearing on the streets, and I've heard like, yeah, most companies ask mediums, but the follow-ups or like the tiebreakers or whatever, it's like hard problems, you know. And Yeah, so the bar has risen. That means you gotta be faster and more accurate than ever before. So I think by training hards, you'll increase your skill level faster. I actually have 4 certificates from the free code camp. I want to learn Java and C++ now, like get deeper into that. I'd say I only really started to learn C++ once I had a job working on a code base in C++. It was difficult for me to understand some concepts without working on a real code base, you know. But I started, like, I didn't know C++ when I first started to program, and I learned C++ just by doing LeetCode, but that didn't get me very far. That only taught me syntax and what's in the standard library. But I actually learned more about C++ on the job, and I don't know how I'd have done that without a job. I guess study books or something, but it's tough. Anyways, did I get any elite coins for doing that junk? The interview instance didn't give me no money, man. What the hell? Alright, should we do more of their interview things? Maybe we get 300 elite coins if we finish the whole thing. So, here we go. Part 2. Number of islands. I can do this. I can do this for sure. Here we go, man. How are they gonna go from LRU cash for a Q1 to like this number of islands? It's such a big difference, man. So I like to solve this DFS style. Let me see if I remember how to do this problem. So I'm going to iterate through every row, every cell, basically. And what are we doing? For every cell, if it's a 1, what is it called? Grid. We're going to DFS. And increase ants. And that's it. That's the number of islands, but we have to fill out our DFS function. So DFS, how are we gonna do it? If we're out of bounds, then we don't do anything. And then if we're at a 0, we also don't do anything. And then we're gonna set the current cell to a 0. That's basically marking the cell as seen. So we've seen that cell. And then now we're gonna go in the up, down, left, right direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4 directions. R+1, up, down, oops, and then C+1 is right, C-1 is left. That's it for count islands, man. Well, maybe. I thought it was, but perhaps I am mistaken. What is going on here, man? It's not numbers, it's a dang chars. That's, man, why they gotta trick me like that? But it's not, is it chars? Here they have it as strings, man. But here it says char, so maybe I'll just use char thing. Alright. Still. Wait. Am I crazy, man? What? I have these separate, man. It's been too long since I've done any problems. Just tripping. Alright, that's Q1. Easy work. What's the next one? Rotting oranges. Very nice. This is another classic, I guess. This is multi-source BFS, I think. So let me read. You are given an m by n grid where each cell can have one of three values: 0 representing an empty cell, 1 representing a fresh orange, or 2 representing a rotten orange. Every minute, any fresh orange that is forward directionally adjacent to a rotten orange becomes rotten. Return the minimum number of minutes that must elapse until no cell has a fresh orange. If this is impossible, return -1. So first, I'm going to add all of my rotting oranges to a queue, right? BetSimp, what's poppin'? Unrelated question, Simon. Have you ever solved a cherry pickup problem? I think so. Is that the one where you start from the top left and the top right, and you gotta make your way down and figure out how many cherries? Yeah, I've solved that one. Let me see. Cherry something. Cherry pickup 2 I've done. I haven't done cherry pickup 1. So have I solved it? I don't know. Let's see which one is which. Yeah, this, I've solved this one where you pick up the cherries there. But cherry pickup 1? I don't know, man. I don't know what the difference is. Yeah, I meant 1. Yeah, I've only done part 2. But maybe I'll try this another time. You gotta remind me. Where were we? Rotting oranges. So we need until no cell has a fresh orange. So how do we do this again? We have to iterate over every cell to begin, and then we're adding our oranges to our queue, right? So I have a queue, pair ints, and then do I need a scene? I might need a scene thing. So vector bool of size rows, size calls, and then for every cell, if it is a 2, then it's a rotting orange, and we should add this to our queue, and then we should mark it as seen. So now we're gonna kick off our queue with all the oranges, and then we're just gonna touch the all up, down, left, rights and turn those into rotting oranges as well. Wait, do I need a scene here, man? I'm not even sure. I think I can reuse the grid as scene. So let's do the queue thing. So our time, while there's something in our queue, let's say so I'm exhausting the queue every loop, and let me think. What are we doing? So we need our directions. I'll go ahead and make that here. So we can go up, which is -1, 0. We can go left, which is 0, -1. Right, 0, 1, and then down. So those are my directions. So for every cell in our queue, q.front, q.pop. So this is our current coordinates. We want to go up, down, left, right to those cells. So for every direction, that's my new R. This is my new C. And we gotta check, I guess, if it's in bounds. So this is checking out of bounds right now. And then now, if we're in bounds, what we gotta say? I guess we should skip if grid. So if it's not equal to a fresh orange, then we don't do anything. We just continue. Let me think. Let me think. What are we gonna do next, man? That's it. I guess we touch these cells and turn it to a rotting orange, and then we push it to our queue. Oh, this should be new R, new C, not old R. And we push that new rotting orange to our queue. And then now we gotta check. I'm gonna check if I have any oranges. I guess I could count the oranges and just decrement or something. Should I do that? So here we go. I'm gonna count them. Grid RC equal 1. Fresh orange. So then anytime we hit one of these, we know it's a fresh orange, right? And then this might be off by 1. Not sure. Alright, so maybe it's time -1. Alright, I think that will do. Come on, man. Edge cases. Is that water leaking? That's a toilet flushing upstairs somewhere. So the edge case is... What am I doing here? So I don't have anything in our queue. And we don't have any fresh oranges. Oh, super edge case, man. I'm gonna say if the queue is empty, just return 0. And I've gotten fired if this was an interview, man. And I missed that edge case. Dang, even more edge cases, man. I can't believe it. So this is actually a worse solution. I'm gonna say if this is true and fresh is empty, then we're good. A little bit embarrassing to get 2 wrong answers on that problem. But it looks like it's been a thing for me. I always seem to get wrong answers here. Probably the same exact wrong answers every time I've solved it. Alright, what's next in this thing? Generates parentheses. Given n pairs of parentheses, write a function to generate all combinations of well-formed parentheses. Can I do this? Man, that 1 0 negative 1 0 1 representation is psycho. What do you mean, Dumpy Don? Right here, it's the opposite of psycho, man. It's the most brilliant representation of all time. It's ASCII art. The direction is pointing to the direction that it represents, man. You know, so it's like really easy to spot what we're looking at if we have any errors or whatever. Somebody taught me this. This is not an original idea. Somebody here in the stream showed me that. I forget who, man. I forget who showed me. Maybe if I saw their name, I'll remember. If you do that in an interview, you get hired instantly. Yeah, it's crazy that you haven't been practicing LeetCode as much and you still can do all these problems. I've been practicing a little bit, man. It's not like, alright, I took a long break, but I've been practicing 3 times a week for the last few weeks. Yeah, but I haven't been super active currently, but before, like, I never really stopped. I've always been doing some type of LeetCode. Anyways, generating these dang parentheses. Can we do it, man? N pairs of parentheses. How can we generate all the right ones? I guess we can do some type of backtracking, right? Where we know we need 6 characters, right? Alright, let me try and do it. Vector string ants. Yeah. I don't know what we need for this backtrack yet. Do I need 2 things like opening and closing? Have I ever done this problem, man? A long time ago I've done this problem. It's my first time attempting it in 5 years. So, alright, I'm thinking backtracking. We have n pairs. That means we have n open and n close, right? So for every index, I will... Maybe I also have a depth. And we start at 0. So I guess if our depth is greater than 0, does that mean we can put a closing parentheses? Let me think about that. So alright, base case, if open is 0 and close is 0, then we're probably done. And I guess depth, I don't think I have to check if depth is 0, but I will do that. I also need a string here. So maybe maybe I'll start like this, backtracking. So if we have a positive depth, then we can say if we have opening, we should try an opening parentheses. Wait, man, can I even backtrack? It's been a while. Open, backtrack. What am I doing, man? Pop back is what I'm looking for. Alright, so this is a closing parentheses. I don't like where my code is going, man. I think it's looking a little ugly. Not gonna lie. Alright, so if our depth is 0, we can only do an opening, yeah? We can't do a closing. Let's try that, man. I don't know if I'm missing anything. I feel like I am. We'll see. Oh man, my bad. I'm supposed to return answer, not cur. Alright, it's too easy, man. But I still don't really like my code. It's very... lots of duplicate code and stuff. But whatever, it still works. Easy clap speedrun. Nah, we still got more, right? Man, if interviews are still asking these types of questions, I should just go get like a couple jobs real quick, man. And then just get pipped and collect severance or something. Go be overemployed. If it's that easy, I should do it, right? I don't know. Because I think I should be able to get at least interviews, yeah? And then if they're really asking these types of questions, man, I can't believe that. Alright, how do we go to more? I want to do all the things to try and get those leak coins. Interview instance part 3. Here we go. Best time to buy and sell stock. You are given... Wait, what time is it, man? I got 30 more minutes. You're given an array prices where prices I is the price of a given stock on the ith day. You want to maximize your profit by choosing a single day to buy one stock and choosing a different day in the future to sell that stock. Breeze Gaming 777, what's happening? Welcome to the party. Return the maximum profit you can achieve from this transaction. If you cannot achieve profit, return 0. Alright, let me think. So we want to just remember maybe the minimum thing that we could have bought, and right? We want to remember the lowest price possible we could buy at, I think. So I guess our int min can be price is 0. So how much profit would we have made here? It would be prices I minus the minimum, and then the minimum is the minimum of this, and prices I. Alright, that's what I think for this problem. Alright, next question. Course schedule. There are a total number of courses you have to take labeled from 0 to num courses minus 1. You're given an array prerequisites where prerequisites I equal AB indicates that you must take course B first if you want to take course A. For example, the pair 0, 1 indicates that you must take course 0 before you take course 1. Return true if you can finish all courses, otherwise return false. It's been a while, man, since I've done one of these types of problems. Let me see if I can do it. So I'm gonna just change this long ass name to prereq. What are we doing? I'm trying to do a topological sort here. Topological sort is nice anytime there's like prerequisites or things like that, like an order that you need to finish the things in. But how do I do top sort? It's been a while, man. I think I need to count the in degrees. So an in degree is like how many prerequisites a thing has. So I guess there's only n courses, so we can use vector int in degrees. Or should I call it yeah, I'm gonna just call it in degrees. So let's iterate through our prerequisites. And we're looking at, so they say in order to take course B, you must first take course A. So I'm going to count the in degree B. I'm going to increment that. Right. And then, all right, top sort, we need a queue. What do we start with our queue? Initially for our queue, we want to start with the courses that have no prerequisites. Invest 6, what's happened? Reading that wrong. What did I read wrong? This part? Must take course B before A. Wait. No, it says the pair 0, 1 indicates that to take course 0, you have to first take course 1. I see. Thank you very much, man. So, you're right. I read that wrong. So, we're counting the in degree of course 0 here instead of course 1. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to figure out what courses that we can take without any prerequisites. So, if we just iterated over our in degrees and we check if it's 0, that means this is a course that we can take without any other courses. So we'll push that to the queue to begin with. Astro Turnip, NNDMT, and Invest 6, thank you very much for those follows. So here we load up the queue, and then now let's kick off that queue. Wait, what are we doing? Trying to find all the courses. Did I build my adjacency list? No, I haven't done that yet, Q. Give me a second to, it's been a long time since I've done any of these top sort things. Alright, so adjacency list, yes. Thank you, Q. I forgot to do that. So adjacency list of size n, and a Bobo Bibao, thank you very much for the hydrates. Cheers. So we're counting in degrees, and I guess at the same time we can build our adjacency list. So the adjacency list will say, let me think about how to structure it. I want to go from this to that. So it's a directed adjacency list. It's a directed graph, meaning to get to node 0, I can only go from node 1 to 0. I can't go from 0 to 1. So here in my adjacency list, I will say from node 1, we are able to go to node 0. Right, so now we have everything in our queue, and let's kick off our queue. So these are the courses that we can take in our queue. So that's our current course. Anytime we pop something, man, how does this work? I guess we have to visit all of its neighbors, so all of its child in the adjacency list. Adjacency list cur. So for every child, we will decrement that in degree for that child. So in degree child decrement, and then if it's equal to 0, that means that we've taken all of the prerequisites for this course, and then we can actually take that course now. Yeah. But how do I know? Should I just decrement n every time we take a course? Alright, so in degrees go down, and then what, man? We just say if we took all the courses, n would be 0. What else do we have to do for... I think that's it, man. Let's see. Come on, man. I didn't even make the queue. Jeez. Come on, man. I did make the queue. I just made it the wrong place. Alright. I'm gonna get fired, man. If... With all these bugs, that would have not been an automatic hire. That would have been a dang, I'm fired. Look, so many bugs, man. Jesus Christ. Should I give it +1 for good luck? Wait, how come that... Hold up. Because it's num courses, man. Jesus Christ. Uh-oh. Come on, I did it here again. They messed me up. They messed me up big time. Yeah, I'm not getting this job. I'm sorry, guys. I just lost the job offer because look how many bugs I got. I didn't even think... Oh, shit. I failed. How do I say it's true when there's no... Alright, I guess there's no prerequisites. So... But shouldn't all these in degrees be 0 in this case? I don't get why my thing didn't work here. I should have decremented this. Right? Oh, more bugs, man. That whole end thing is the root of all my bugs. For sure. Like, I shouldn't even have that there, man. It really messed me up. Anyways. A little bit embarrassing, that problem. Alright, next one. Number of visible people in a queue. I don't know if I have time to solve this one, man. But I think I can solve it. I think this... I don't know. I don't know what problem this is, but I think this is a monotonic stack or queue problem. Let me read it, though. Just by... I just know I've solved problems that similar to this with monotonic queues. There are n people standing in a queue, and they are numbered from 0 to n minus 1 in left to right order. You're given an array heights of distinct integers where heights I represents the height of the ith person. A person can see another person to their right if in the queue if everybody between them is shorter than both of them. Wait, what? Yes. More formally, the ith person can see the jth person if I less than j, and the minimum of those heights is whatever they're saying here. Return an array answer of length n where answer has the number of people the ith person can see to the right in the queue. Alright. Is it monotonic queue? So, alright, if I started right and I hit this guy, he can't see anybody. And I get to this guy, 11. So I want to pop. What do I want to do here? Let me think. So this guy can see one person. And then, we have one in the queue, but now 5, I guess while it's less, what should we be popping, man? While it's greater, we should be popping. I don't know yet. 8. Pop that. No, and then yes, this guy can see that guy. Alright, 6. How the hell? So person 6. I guess we have to pop anybody who's shorter than them. Yeah, okay, let me try. So, man, I don't have much time, but maybe I can get this before I leave. Doubt. Press X to doubt. I don't know if I can. But I think I want to start from the back here. And then, I don't know if I need a stack or a queue. Maybe it's a stack I need. Oops. I don't know if I need any other states besides just the number or the index or whatever. Alright, so while there's something in our stack and the top of the stack is less than heights I don't know if this is right yet. Let me think. Where do I do this, man? Maybe I do this here. And then maybe I put this there. Let me think if that will work. So 11 comes around. There's one thing in our stack. And then we pop everything. And then we put this thing in our... Oh, shit. We put the thing in our stack. So 5 comes around. There's one thing in our stack. Oh, shit. There's one thing in our stack when it comes to 5. And then after, we don't pop anything, but we push the current. Hold on, I gotta pee. But man, maybe I should just hold it because I'm about to leave. Dang. All right, let me just try and focus for a few minutes before I quit. So we're at 5. And this guy can only see 1. Yes. This guy, I'm gonna just see what's up. Let me only a few more minutes. Yeah. All right, here we go. This is where I'm messing up. I was trying to like do this in my head, but we don't have time for that. So why can this guy... Oh, I guess... I don't know what to do here. This one guy can see the 2 guy. So, all right, so when the 2 guy... Should I pop everybody that's taller? Pop everybody that's shorter for sure. Or maybe I pop everybody that's shorter, like right here. Hold on. Are you going to do the Type Blazer Championship? I think so. Alright, I don't know how to figure this one out, man. I think I can maybe do it, but I'm not very focused right now. So our stack has... Alright, when we're here, our stack has this guy, this guy. So this is the 8s. So while there's something in the stack and the top of the stack is less than, so I pop this guy. Yeah, I'm not sure. I wonder if it's something else besides monotonic stacks. Maybe it's some type of binaries? No. I was thinking of binary searching something. Oh, maybe it is the stack, and then you're binary searching in the stack the first thing that's greater than this size. And then that's who you can see. Right? So I don't know if I'm talking any nonsense, man. So maybe an upper bound. I have no idea. I don't even know if it's worth trying. I'm gonna try this. This is like a Hail Mary before I gotta go. Let me think. Can I use a dang vector? Anyways. I don't know what to do, man. I'm curious though, but I don't want to spend the time to think of it, you know. Oh, all the values of height are unique. Anyways, let's see. Maybe I won't read the hints yet. I want to think of, I think I can solve this, man. Yeah, maybe I'll come back to it another time. I don't want to ruin it right now. This, I don't know what I think of this binary search thing though. Let me just undo all that stuff. But then I gotta change these things back. I remember I did some problem where I needed to do n log n lis, longest increasing subsequence, or something. So maybe, I wonder if it's something similar to that, like longest decreasing. All right, so this 3 guy, we can see 1, 2, 3, right? So that's like the longest increasing subsequence there. This one guy, this is not longest increasing subsequence. This is just after this, can't see anybody else. Anyways, time's up for me, man. I'll try this another time. So should we just do Type Blazer Championship race and then I'll get on with my business, get out of here. Oh, Jesus. There are a lot of problems today, I think. Too many problems, man. It was a good day? Yeah, I don't know. It was alright. Let's just wait for the championship race. Hey Q, have you been taking the contest? I started an idea journal. What's in your journal? What's the latest idea you put in there? Man, I can't believe that problem got me. I'm gonna be thinking about that problem all day tomorrow, I swear. 3D graph based skill system for RPGs? What are you talking about? 3D graph? You mean like Path of Exile? But that's 2D graph, kind of. I don't know what a 3D graph based skill system means. Oh, Pix Diff in the house with the frog avatar. This is the final thing I'll do before I end stream. The championship race on Type Blazer. It's a growing skill system that can be graphed in 3D space. Sounds fancy, man. The idea was to mold skills together as they grow. Wait, what is this idea journal you're talking about? Like you're trying to, are you making a game? All right, man. Championship race. Talk to me after. Well, I'm about to leave after, but. $97. Q, what happened, man? He started late. I know I'll be the last. Hey, don't you worry. All you gotta do is keep on keeping on, and you'll get faster. It's just ideas I had, want to write them down. I see. Started late. Anyways, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. It's time for me to get on out of here. Look at that. Howling is on. We're gonna go raid Howling. He's doing LeetCode. Should we give him a heads up that we're coming in? All right. Anyways, let's do it.
Hey, what's up, Simon? How's it going? How was the stream? What you guys do? Did you guys do another contract?
All right, we're about to go raid Howling. He's doing LeetCode. He is studying graphs apparently. So if you want more LeetCode action, stick around. Howling is actually like trying to get better at LeetCode. I'm not really trying to get better. I'm just trying to do problems. Anyways, thank you very much, Elite Whale, Lollapalooza. Adios. The home dude is live. What you talking about, man? Hey, Q Ultimus, Pix Diff. See you next time. Thank you very much for the Type Race or Type Blazer Championship. Dumpy Dawn. I'll see you next time, man. See you this weekend or see you tomorrow, whenever. Tomorrow I'll be streaming 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for vibe coding. My next LeetCode stream will be on the weekend for the contest. Invest 6. See you later. BetSimp. Negative IQ Viewer. Have a good day. Shal Gaming. If you're still around, have a good day. Experience Thicker. Adios. I'm saying you live because I never see you at this time. Hey, Lollapalooza. Yeah, I'm leaving right now, man. We gotta go. So sorry I missed you. See you next time. 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. That's when I'll be on. Anyways, take care. Everybody from YouTube, man. Adios.